Okay, good morning. This is how that came out. It's a little bit smeary. You know, you could see where it's thicker where the Mod Podge was. I don't know if you could see that. But you know what? Kind of grungy. So I'm okay with that. Let's see. So I like this. And I was actually thinking of maybe putting that on the back. So let me trim it down a little bit and I'll see how I feel about it. So today's June 1st. We're getting ready for the next Junk Journal Madness. So you go over to Susan's channel. I totally love it. And she did a June reveal, if you will, of what it's going to be. I won't talk about it too much here because you need to go to Susan's channel for all the explanation. I will be participating and I have almost no idea what I'm going to do. And I'll explain that probably on the first video I do, like why I have no idea and what direction I'm going to take it. And that's the thing with junk journaling. Even with the challenges, you can determine how you want it to go. I wonder if I want this inside. Do I want it up top maybe? That's kind of cool, right? I feel like that needs to be coffee dyed. Okay, we're going to leave that a minute. See, my scattered brain is going every which way. So what I thought I would do, I have things like this that I want to go in. So I need a paper clip. I'm going to do a hidden paper clip. I haven't done one in a while. I might do a couple different types. Let's see what happens. So the first thing for the hidden paper clip is I need a sturdy paper. So like, by sturdy I mean like this. It's a thicker, I don't even know. This is, I guess, what you would call scrapbooking paper. And I don't want it to be overly large, so I'm thinking like maybe an inch and a half. So let me get my trusty old mat cutter. And so I like this because it's already grungified, if you will. And the thing with these papers is, I believe this mat cutter is like a 12-inch. And so anything that's slightly over, I end up having a problem with. That didn't work out too bad. So let's see. That's 2 inches. Let's do 1.5. Yeah, let's do 1 3/4. It's going to be here. Okay. And then I'm thinking maybe we'll do 2 of them. So they're about 6 inches each. Meaning I'm going to fold it. So that it goes over the page. Well, probably would have been good if I got together some paper clips. Paper clips are funny. I never know where they are. Never. And then I'll find them and be like, oh, here they are. So if I were a paperclip, where would I be in my house? Lord. Let's see. Let me see if I had any clue. And so that's why, now you know why I have not done paper clips. All right, well, let me get the other elements together and then we'll figure it out. So there's this. And then I want to do a special edge on it. Well, I've told you a million times before, these scissors are not great, so. And then we'll do one with a different edge. I like this one. All right. All right, so give me a minute. I'm going to actually find a couple paper clips. Hold on. It was like a miracle. It was the first place I looked. Okay. So these are all pretty large, and I like that. Just take two of these. And maybe I'll put these in a little box over here. Okay. So I can fold this evenly so that it's the same size, or I can fold it so that, you know, one side is longer than the other. So I think I'm going to do one of each. This one will be equal. Fold it in half. All right, so just to kind of show you when this is done. Okay. See this page here? When it's done, it's going to go on here, and it's going to be the same length on either side, as opposed to this one. And you can do these sideways too. It's a little bit shorter. Okay. I have to think about what kind of closure I'm going to put on that. Sheesh. Pretty heavy duty. Okay, let me grunge these up. Oh, maybe it's that. I don't know. Burnished iron. I guess I have the wrong cover on it. It's okay. I like burnished iron. I'll do this one too. Could probably even do a little crinkly. A little crinkly. And see, you just hit the high spots. Now, okay, so basically what I need is I need something that can be a little smaller than this. So this is going to be the border. So I need something that can go on here and be a little bit smaller, and then I'm going to decorate it. So really all I need is like a band. So for instance, that would work on that one. It's not super great colors. But you know what? Maybe it doesn't need to be. Let's see. So that's one. And maybe this one just for a little bit of variety. Oh, sorry. I will straighten it out in a minute. Okay, I'm just gonna use my cutter, straighten it out. Okay, now this one can go here. Let me fold it in half and distress this one also. Okay, now this one will just go here. And here. Let's figure out some decorations. Now, if you wanted to, you could punch a hole in here and have that come out. And maybe I'll do one that way so that you have an idea of what I'm talking about. So, let me get my little, I think I have an X-Acto knife here somewhere. I do. Let's see how that worked. Probably not at all. I'm just going to take a loose paper clip and punch it through. Ah, it worked perfectly. Okay. So this one will have some type of tassel or something, a dangle. And this one won't. Let me get this out. I have these things of buttons, and I'm thinking, like, if you were a girl way back when, that might be like something that you could just attach with a little string. Look at that. Isn't that great? Kind of like that. I feel like a little girl might think that was something precious. I have these too, so let's see. Maybe I'll take some string or some thread. What if I take this? See, I'm getting ahead of myself, but and then string a couple of these different things on. I think that would be great. Okay, so it's going to be a altered paperclip dangle and a hidden paperclip. That's what I'm calling them. So I'll just say this. Ideally, you would use double-sided tape. I don't even want to start looking for stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this glue, which is kind of thick on its own, and that will take up the extra space that's between, you know, it's going to be a little bit raised. So if I use thick glue, it will hold it. Probably a glue gun would be really good for this too. Probably be better actually, but we're going to go with this. Good old E6000. So here I'm just leaving the channel where the paper clip goes. I don't know if you can see that. It's almost like a little packet. So E6000, why don't I like it? Because it doesn't dry fast. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clamp where it's raised. I have a few other clamps. And then that way it actually sticks. Yeah, drying time. Drying time is and me do not get along. All right, well that's pretty good. We'll have to play around with it. I'm going to use this one here and do the same thing. Little channel, little space where the paper clip goes, and this one I'm going to glue right across the top because the paper clip is not peeking out. Probably I could have done a little glue in the middle as well. Okay. So you could probably put this under a book, but it's still going to be a little bit raised here and there. Okay. Let me grab my extra clamps. I don't know where my extra clamps are. I'm going to use, oh, here's one. This one I'm going to use paper clips to hold it until it dries. All right. Just till it dries. All right, let's work on this dangly thing. So here's what I'm thinking. It's gonna go through the paper clip. So why don't we put it through So this is attached, and I'm thinking, why don't I do like, I don't know if this is even going to fit in here. Me and my bright ideas. I use this as a little pokey tool. Get that ribbon in there. So, that worked. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make this, I'm going to have this come out a little bit. Okay, let me knot this. I'm going to have it come out a little bit so that wherever it is in the book, this is not keeping the book from being closed. So I'm just spacing it out. I'll show you what I mean when I'm done, I guess. In my head. In me scattered brain. Okay, let's do this again. I am making this up as I go along, so you just will have to put up with me. And I do appreciate you putting up with me. And if you want to put up with me all the time, you can just subscribe to my channel. And if anything, my scattered brain will probably make you feel like you're laser focused. It'll either make you feel like you're laser focused or that you are not alone. Okay. So here's that, right? I'm going to do a little knot after that button. Okay. Now we'll do one of these, which I almost hate to take off of here, but I'm going to. This one is the next one in line. So I'm going to do a space and a knot. So the knots are stoppers so that the buttons don't all just group together. So see, you got that, right? So each button you do a knot before and after. I really wasn't expecting to do something this detailed. So this is going to be a knot here. I'm running out of string. And then the last button is this kind where you're going from the side. Yeah, I think I like that. It's kind of like, you know, they really are pretty, very pretty, but during certain times and in certain economies, pretty can be interpreted pretty differently. So, for somebody who doesn't have a lot, this is probably like woo woo. I don't know, if you didn't have a lot, you probably would have wooden buttons, carved. Let's see how that is. See, I don't like waiting for it to dry. Okay. So let me show you on the page. Let's say it's this page. So what I did was I made it so this first button is not getting in the way anywhere. And you could even do that on the side. You could do like, and it's still not showing. Okay, so now what can we do to this? Let's do, how about if we do a silk leaf so that this can go with it? And maybe that. Silk leaf. A green one, like a mossy green. Look at that. Yeah, I like that. Let's see if I can shave it down. So all of this plastic here is going to want to hold, fatten up the book. So I don't want that. So I'm going to make my own leaf out of this material. And then maybe what do you think if I fussy cut a flower out? Could be any of these. And then I like this one too. Okay, so I like this one maybe for the other side. I like what I'm doing on the front side. Let me get it off this page. And another one. Okay. I'm going to continue using this glue because I have to go out and get glue. Regular glue. I have tacky glue, but I also don't care for tacky glue. I like my Fabrifix. And I think it will be probably a different experience when I do go ahead and get a totally different type of glue. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put this on this side and then get the clamp on. Oop. I do not want the paper clips, this paper clip to get glued on. Okay, that's one. And I know it's a little confusing and muddied looking, but it will be okay. Now this one here, I think I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to look at some of those stamps that I previously had. Here's one about horticulture, and it's got a statue. I think that's pretty great. And I like this one here. This one I had showed you the other day, Buffalo Soldiers. So let me... All right. And what do you think? This is what I used to polish up the book when I used shoe polish. What do you think we do this? Kind of, it reminds me of like the bandana western something. Maybe like that. Okay, so a little smear here. Smear here. Okay, I'll put them in. And I'm sorry if, I'm sorry about my mess. I'm just a mess. Okay, so let's say that we had something somewhere. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay. That is number one. I'm going to just do that. It's actually a little wet. Okay. Oh, I like that. I don't know if you guys had seen, I put a little ribbon here to finish that edge. Now you see this? This would be perfect for here. See that? Okay. Now there's nothing in here, but that's okay. I think right here. Okay. Now, if I wanted to, I could take this. All right. Here we go. We're going to try this. we're going to try it and we're going to see if it works. Remember this? Let's see. I thought I was going to lead right into a flip through, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that now. We'll see. You'll see why in a minute, because it's going to take clamping and drying. Clamping and drying. This needs to... Okay, so now hear me out. If I glue this here and then do like a Velcro over here, I think that would be pretty cool. Do I like this better? Oh, okay. So, I'm going to put this here. All right, and I am going to let that dry. I'm going to be a good girl and let that dry, because if I don't, there'll be tears later. And then we will deal with the rest afterwards. All right, I'm going to clean up a little bit and maybe do a couple more touches, maybe not. And I'll see you on the flip through.